just like our rifle series. This particular muzzle loader holds just under a minute of angle of accuracy. So at 100 yards, I'm shooting 3 shots, they're under an inch. At 500 yards, it was dead center at the turn of the dial. In a nutshell, that's our LRM 500 muzzle loader system. One more at 500, you guys. That'll work.
Well, I think that's him. We might have got lucky. It's opening day of our antelope hunt. We're out here in southern Wyoming. We looked over about 40-50 bucks yesterday, so there's plenty of antelope in the area. That's not what the hard part is. Finding the right buck, that's the tough part.
There's a point up here we can sneak up to before we get exposed, before we start making them nervous. Let's close in a couple hundred yards up there.
He seems real interested in those 3 does. I don't think he's gonna even pay attention to us if we can sneak up this little ravine.
Okay, let's get up there and see what the shot does. You ready?
Yeah, let's do this. Let's do it. We've got this buck. He's rutting and chasing these 3 does. We're about 1,200 yards from him now. We're gonna throw our packs on. We're gonna put the sneak on and we're gonna crawl up this ridge, peek over, and wind's starting to pick up a little bit, so we're gonna make a move on it. Hopefully we can find this buck, and he looks like a good one. So grab the gun, grab all our stuff. Showtime. He's still chasing those does. I think he's gonna give us a shot if we can just get him to stop. Why don't we sit up here, read the wind, check it out, and then let's see if we can make a shot.
Do it.
Just one, huh? Just one, baby. That's all I'm gonna need. What's that wind doing?
Hold on. 3.5, 4.5.
Still walking.
We're up around 8:30.
8:30.
8:40. Let's hold for.
What's the rangefinder telling to hold?
We got 8:40. Let's dial 800 right on.
800. All right.
Wind's died down just a hair.
No. Okay. I feel good. I'm gonna take it off safety. All right.
8:40.
Oh.
Nice.
Oh, baby. That is one dead antelope.
We get him?
You put him down hard, buddy.
He isn't going anywhere. Nice shot. Nice shot.
Wow. Okay, so it doesn't look like he's right on the road, but it's close enough. That is awesome, Garrett.
Wow.
That is awesome, Garrett. You know, we got through that shooting school, and Garrett and I were thinking, are we going to be able to pull this off really live? You know, I mean, Garrett and I are by no means experts in long-range shooting, but you know, you go through that shooting school, they teach you all the ins and outs, and you know, basically you follow the instruction, and you know, the proof's in the pudding right here. Well, let's set him up, bud. Let's get him cleaned up and take some pictures. We'll take it, won't we? We'll take it.
It's all over the place. We're out here on the edge. First shot, 25-mile-an-hour wind. Tell you what, that's a tough shot. Well, everybody's getting tired of sitting around the shop, so we decided to grab some guns and some steel and head out in the hills and do some shooting. I've got one of our LR1000s here, and we just pulled off a target there at a mile. We're right at 1,762 yards, so just right at a mile. And you know, kind of unconventional weapon to be shooting that far. And you'd never really want to shoot animals that far, but to get out into practice and have some fun, it's a good time. We're shooting almost due east, all right? So we've got that Coriolis effect that you read about, where that Earth's spinning, and because we're shooting east, that target's going to be falling out from under us just a little bit. And it's a calculated rate. For every second that your bullet's in the air, the curvature of the Earth and the way it's spinning, your target's going to be falling out at a rate that's almost a couple inches per second. If you look at the piece of steel that we're shooting at, it's only 20 inches by 20 inches. So we're right at about a minute and a half out there at a mile. So it's going to be a tough target to hit. So what I'm going to do, because our rangefinder will only give us the ballistic solution out to 1,400 yards, we're going to use our handheld calculator. Now this model that I've got right here is kind of obsolete, this IPAC unit. They just don't build it anymore. But Aaron and the crew, they've been working on our new iPhone app and Android app. You can put it on an iPod or you can put it on your phone. It's going to be pretty cool. Look for that here in a couple months. So I can take some environmental conditions out of our rangefinder, or I can use our wind meter that'll give me our barometric pressure and wind speed and our temperature and elevation, basically your pressure. I can plug it into this calculator here. That's what we'll do. I've got one of our 6.5x284s, so it's just a little 140 grain bullet. It's coming out of the muzzle about 3,000 feet per second. I'll take the information off the turret, plug it in here, along with some of those environmental conditions, punch in our wind speed, punch in our parameters for our spin drift and for our Coriolis, and let's come up with a solution. And I think if we get it in right, we'll be able to hit that target. Might take a couple shots, but we'll get it. We'll see. So once a round's 20 minutes. We can go around again to 40. 10 more would be 50. 7 more would be 57. So that's what we'll do. I'm probably going to take about a click out of that. I think we've got it doped out just right. I'm going to measure my wind speed one more time. In fact, I cheated just a little bit. I measured it when we put our target up, so I kind of know what it's doing up there. I'm going to compare with what it's doing here, and we're going to hold for it, and hopefully we'll hit that target. It's measuring a little slower. I think I'm probably going to split it. We are kind of protected right here. I'm going to split the difference and take the shot. First shot, cold bore. Looks like our elevation's right on. I hit just about a minute and a half to the left of the target, so I need to hold just a little more wind. So it's a little stronger wind than I thought it was. I'm gonna make a correction. I'm pretty excited. The elevation was perfect. I think if I just move over my wind, I'm gonna hit that target. Well, it took 2 shots. You can see that first shot just went right off the left edge of the target. That means I wasn't holding quite enough wind. You know, we were up to about 3-4 minutes of wind. I think I was holding right at 3.5 on that first shot, and we needed another minute and a half. So another about 20 inches worth of wind. Made the correction, pulled it over. You can see, just nailed it. That's 1,760 yards. That's with our little 6.5x284. It's a heck of a cartridge, high BC bullet. But what really made us able and capable of taking that shot was our ballistics, our software in our rangefinder, and the software in our handheld program, which is available soon in that iPad form, iPhone, Android app. So, combination of those two, mile shot is pretty doable. Only took 2 shots, and that's pretty good. So, let's go up to that target, check it out, and go from there. I can't believe it only took 2 shots. Number 2, number 1. Number 1 we missed just because we didn't have the right wind doped. So we just made a correction, brought it right over, and nailed the plate. This is a little 20-inch plate. We're sitting right at a mile, and I did that with one of our little 6.5 by 284s. This is our LR1000. This is what we hunt deer and elk with. We just shot out here at a mile. I'll tell you what, that's a tough shot.
A rifle is defined by the sum of its parts. Our customers expect the best, so only the best is used to build a Gunwerks rifle. But a rifle is just the beginning. "1,000 yards out of the box."
Okay, tell me what that range is again, Cheryl.
Got 890. .93.
Oh yeah.
That bull wanted to die this morning. Boy, we had it right there behind the tree. I was wondering if he's ever going to come out. Oh, that's awesome.
Nice shot.
The really good news about this whole deal is out of all the places we could have killed that bull, that's going to be about the easiest to get in, ain't it?
Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. I cannot believe that.
God dang
Look
it.
at him. Look at him lay there. That is beautiful, Aaron.
Well, what the deal was is that bull wanted to cooperate with the camera guy and wait till he had a really good light. We had a bunch of big bulls this morning, just that 30 seconds to a minute, you know, we just needed another minute to get set up and get them before they slipped into the timber. The bigger bulls on this place got it figured out, you know, head for those cedars when that light starts cracking. So
This guy'd been screaming. I think he needed some water. He came and took a drink. Then he just came out beautiful. 890 yards. That's awesome.
dialed it right on. That was easy. Easy stuff.
I thought I could probably get Aaron a little bit closer shot, but with the trees, it just didn't work. We had to get back at that longer shot, so I was nervous, but Aaron made a believer out of me. It was beautiful.
Long Range Pursuit Season 1 hunts are on DVD with a new 2-disc set. Watch all the amazing long-range shots of Season 1, then put in the bonus disc for over 2 hours of shooting instruction and DIY tips. Go to longrangeoutfitters.com to order.
Now there's a couple shooting techniques and tips that will help you become a better shot in the field. You don't need to carry all these gadgets around with you. We've got it all right here in a nice little package ready to go. We're going to try to duplicate how we shoot on a bench. We're going to have a front support, we're going to have a rear support. This rear support is very important to making these long shots. You're going to practice your breathing. You're going to practice you're going to practice your trigger pull. You can dry fire your gun as much as you want. That trigger's going to be your best friend here pretty soon. Now, proper body alignment is very important. A lot of guys will approach their rifle from the front. Snipers like to do that because it gives the less of a target to shoot back at. But when we're hunting, that's not the best situation. I like to take more of a sideways approach to my rifle. That allows me to kind of drop my shoulder into the buttstock here, and it brings the left side of my chest up off the ground just a little bit. Kind of keeps your heart from beating so hard, especially when you're chasing that big buck or bull. So you roll your shoulder down into your stock, 2-point support, front and rear. You can squeeze this rear bag just for some fine adjustments. Give it a couple practice dry fires, and that's how you become a good shot, is just practicing how you're going to shoot out in the field. Probably the most important thing that you're going to learn how to do is determine your wind speed and direction, how to dope your wind. Now there's a few things that we use that make that easier for us. We've got a wind meter. That's going to measure wind speed. How we'll use that is if I'm going to shoot in this direction, all I'm caring about is the crosswind component. What's blowing across my bullet's flight path? I'm going to take that wind meter and just point it right at that object and get the crosswind speed. Now that's a pretty good indication of wind speed, and unless there's some environmental mountain or canyon or something that's going to change that wind out there halfway to my target, I'm going to go ahead and shoot for this wind speed right here. Okay, so it's a pretty simple tool. The other thing that we can do as far as determining the direction and if there's any change in wind is watch our vegetation. We've got some grass right out here in front of us. You know, we've got a little left or right crosswind here. I can look through my spotting scope downrange at that target and see if the vegetation's moving the same way. If it's different, then I know I might have to make a correction there. The third way that we determine wind speed, and this is probably my favorite and the most useful to me, is watching the atmospheric distortion, the mirage. Now, you get mirage from a difference in the air temperature versus the Earth's temperature. And so on most days you have it, some days you don't, and so it's not going to work for you. But there's a couple ways we can determine wind speed and also definitely direction using the mirage. You know, if we have a mirage that's just boiling straight up, you know, we have either no crosswind, and we might have an updraft, but we have no crosswind. If we have that mirage angling upward at a 35 to 45 degree angle, you can count on a 5 to 7 mile an hour wind. If you have a crosswind or a mirage that's just blowing straight across your flight path, you know you have at least a 10 mile an hour wind, if not more. That's when your wind meter will come in handy. Again, we've made this as simple as we can. You range it, you dial it, and you hold for wind if you need to, and you pull the trigger. It's that easy, and it's that fast. We made the simplest system out there for compensating for wind and for elevation. Hey, we appreciate you watching. We've had a fun time building this show. We hope that we've helped you understand more about long-range shooting, and also I hope we've encouraged you to get out there and practice and do some long-range shooting. It's a lot of fun, and it's going to change the way you hunt. It's going to change the way you shoot. I'm Mike Davidson with Gunwerks, and if you want to see more long-range shooting tips, you can go to our website, gunwerks.com, or don't forget to call Gunwerks and request a free DVD.